So today I spent some time hunting in the 100K collection, and I managed to find some pretty awesome books. To avoid any confusion, let me say that the 100K really speaks to the total number of books that I acquired in this collection that I picked up around a year ago. And while I have worked my way through this entire collection, there are a lot of books that suddenly become hot for one reason or another. And when that happens, I go hunting in the collection, and occasionally I am lucky to find some really awesome books. And today I'm going to share with you some books that I was able to find that are attached to, I think, some pretty big events that are happening right now. And if you are curious as to what I picked up, I certainly want to encourage you to stay tuned for the video. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. That way you can stay abreast of all the content that I release here from the channel, where our mission is to help you make sense of comic book collecting. With that said, let's get to the books. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. As you heard in that brief intro, I am going to show you some awesome books that are sitting on the table in front of me. And these books are associated with basically two major events, if you will. First is the Falcon and Winter Soldier show that has been released on the Disney Plus streaming service that I think is incredible. By the time I am recording this right now, only one episode has been released. Potentially by the time you see this video, a few more will have been released. Fingers crossed that the series is still as good as it was with episode 1. The other stack of books that I'm going to show you are associated with Todd McFarlane. And Todd recently made some announcements regarding his Spawn universe that he is launching. And so that, of course, is prompting me to go digging in my bins. And again, I was able to find some pretty awesome books. So we're first going to look at the Spawn books, and then we're going to get to the Captain America books after that. The very first book that I want to show you is not a book that is expensive at all, but it is a book that I've been hunting for. I found books before and after this issue, but I did not find this issue until today, so I'm very thankful for that. This is issue number 17, and this is the first appearance of the Redeemer. And the Redeemer is a character that is going to play, I think, a pivotal role in what happens with the Spawn universe. And as I say that, I think that this may actually be the second copy. No, it is not. It is the first copy that I found on the Redeemer. I was thinking back to another Spawn video, and I was like, did I find one for that? I don't think so. The next book that I'll show you is, I think, the first appearance of the character or the person that goes on to become She-Spawn. This is Curse of the Spawn, issue number 12. And this is the second copy of this book that I found. And again, very thankful to have found this one. This one is not an expensive book, but again, just a really cool book to have picked up. And speaking of my last Spawn video, a lot of people that watched that video were like, hey, keep your eyes open for this book. Keep your eyes open for that book. Rest assured that I keep my eyes open for all the good books when I'm hunting in the collection. But until today, I had not found this one. This is issue number 141. This is the first cover appearance of She-Spawn in the US. Really cool cover. This green cover is striking. And when I pulled it out of the bin, I was pretty pumped about that. I have not yet read this, and I'm actually looking forward to reading this. But I was really thankful to have found a copy, and I was ecstatic when I was able to actually pull 3 copies of this book out of the collection. So very, very cool book right there. I'm going to set that one to the side. Next up, this is basically just and you'll see several of these as I go through this stack of books. Just a book that was a low book that was ordered by retailers. So there aren't a ton of these out there. I want to say it was probably like 12,000 or something that was ordered of this particular one, but please don't hold me to that. I'm confident that a true Spawn fan knows exactly how many were ordered of issue number 212. And again, I have not yet read this book. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you, but I was able to find, again, in this case, 3 copies of that book as well. So really cool stuff, and I am slowly working my way through some of these Spawn story arcs to kind of familiarize myself with a lot of the characters that are going to be pivotal, I think, to this Spawn universe. So I'm trying to get myself up to speed in time for Todd Father to do his thing. This next book is a really cool one. And it's cool because I have found many of the homage covers previously. This one was one that eluded me until today, and this is an homage to The Dark Knight Returns, issue number 2. This is Spawn, issue number 224. And clearly, I have actually found this book before because it has my red painter's tape, so at some point, I did back and board this book, but did not find it again until today. And again, when you have a collection as large as this one, you sometimes misplace some books. So I was able to, again, in this case, find 3 nice copies of Spawn 224. Set that off to the side. And this is another book that is just a kind of a cool book. I was thankful to have found this one in the collection. This is a Tom McFarlane cover here. This is I think the origin and the first appearance of the Dead Zone. And this is, I guess, a place where heaven and hell have no influence over what happens here. Again, Spawn 238. And I was able to find 3 copies of that as well. Definitely a little bit of a theme here going with the 3s. This next book, again, I did find 3 copies of, and this is issue number 239. This, again, is one of those titles or issues that was ordered relatively low by retailers. So not a ton of these out there. And again, I want to say that this is probably around 12,000 copies or so ordered, which is a relatively small number for a run. So that's a really cool one. This next one is a low number ordered book as well. But it is also a book that I seriously wanted to find because I found this cover to be extremely creepy. And when I first saw it as I was going through Key Collector app, I was like, I have to find that book just because it is so creepy. And I am specifically talking about Spawn issue number 245. Just creepy for no reason. For no reason at all. This cover is really fantastic. And I want to say that there was another cover similar to this a handful of issues before. This one by far is the creepiest of the 2. And again, here I was able to find 3 copies of that. And I should probably also say at this point, because I know the popularity of Spawn, a lot of people, when I released my previous video, reached out to me asking if I was going to be selling these books. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be selling these books anytime soon. Some of these books are going to go to CGC to be graded and maybe sold later. Others are probably going to be sold at some point. What I will do is put some separation between this video and when I sell these books to avoid any kind of conflict of interest that may exist. So don't worry about sending me a message. I wanted to put this here in this video because when I released the last video on Spawn, I received probably a dozen messages from people asking if I would sell them copies. And I would love to. I just would like to avoid any kind of conflicts of interest, which I think people will appreciate. So sorry in advance that I won't be able to do that. All right, so this next one, as we kind of transition to some of the Captain America stuff, there are some cool books here. I have found a lot of other cool Cap books, some of which I've already shown on Instagram, so I'm not going to show them here. These are literally the ones that I found today when I found the Spawn books, so that's why we're going to show them in this video because they haven't been seen before. The very first one is Captain America issue number 6. And this is the first appearance of Bucky as the Winter Soldier. And I have not read this book. I am actually looking forward to reading this book. I think this cover is incredible. Whenever I find them, I've been pulling books in the collection that have swastikas. I just think that that's, a very interesting time period in the world, in history. And whenever I find these types of books, I try to pull them because I think that, it's interesting. It's interesting. As a history minor, I am interested in that kind of stuff. So just a really cool cover here, a book that definitely has some significance to it. Next up, we have Captain America issue number 14. And this is the first the first meeting between Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Again, a book that is really cool given the whole Falcon Winter Soldier show that is going on right now. So I saw this one, thought it was cool, especially because it has the old book in the background with these two guys in the front. I just thought it was a really, really cool book that has a little bit of some significance because of that. Next up, we have Captain America issue number 25. And this is the first team up of the Falcon and Winter Soldier right here. Really cool cover right here. I actually have an homage to this featuring the Gibbon. There's a Gibbon cover, a book, I think it was like Marvel Apes, featuring the Gibbon that is an homage to this book right here. Again, a really cool book that I found in the collection. Only found one copy of it. This next book is one that I did show on Instagram, but I found another copy today, so it does still qualify. This is issue number 34 of Captain America. This is the first time that Bucky is seen as Captain America. Really cool book right here. I actually love this cover. I think it's a pretty cool cover featuring Captain America. And these next two, I think are kind of interesting because they are the unofficial appearance of Falcon as Captain America, and specifically when Falcon found a discarded copy of a Cap costume for Halloween. And so this is Captain America Sentinel of Liberty issue number 8 right here, and the story then continues here in issue number 9. And again, the unofficial Sam Wilson as Captain America when he found a Cap Halloween costume. So just a really cool couple of books right there that, again, when I found them in the collection, I had to chuckle and I had to do a video to share that because I thought this was some really cool stuff overall. So as always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, I definitely want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment behind because it's good for the algorithm. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I want to encourage you to do so. That way you don't miss out on any of the content that gets released from the channel. And you might also want to check us out on Discord. There are links in the description that will take you to Discord where you can continue the conversation and be part of the dialogue with other subscribers of the channel. As always, if you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.